sing off key, and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops, the place explodes. Jumping through life in my pantyhose. Still no job, but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, 'cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, you're not. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, you're not.
I see through your act, and I still enjoy the show.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. You talk about this Washington defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Throwing his dart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Ready up. Let's go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Giants at 7-1 now on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Looking to throw, dart. And he fires one incomplete. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, dart. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. downtown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
19 Lions. Go! Back to 60. Tap 60. Tap 60. 18. Pioneer. 79 Broncos.
From the gun, here's Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Dart going to look to throw here. And he's got it. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Quick throw complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
They'll go. Here's Dart. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Giants 7, Commanders nothing.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Looking to put a drive together. Play action, now it's Daniels. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, That's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
To the air, Dart. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Let's go. Rock on, lady. Let's go.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Now 2nd and 5. Dart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check out.
Going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now Dart. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Here's Dart. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
19-18.
Now they'll change things up.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Daniels. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw now, Dart. Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0.
That's the score. Giants 21. Commanders nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got to make the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
I'm running up this door, I almost broke my damn leg. Got her broke, they damn
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, here's Dart. That pass caught, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. But officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Here's Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
It's 4th down.
Dart to throw on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. To throw his Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Back to the sideline. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they'd like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 33-yard line.
Something taken from
second down and a yard.
Cowboy 80. Here we go. Cut. Bronco 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Warrior 70. Ready.
To throw is Daniels. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
60 Eagles, 79 Broncos.
The final shot before break. Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Panther 60, Panther Lions.
They run a draw here on second down. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Reno. Get up. Panther 60, Panther 60. Check out.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first.
Ready? 10 at the 50-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Tiger.
Looks like they'll move things around here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Let's go. 60 Bobcats, 60 Cougar 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
Daniels looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Come Viking, 18.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They've just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
18 Cardinal, 70 Timberwolves. Go.
To the air goes Daniels. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Giants 21, Commanders 17. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
It's the score. Giants 28, Commanders 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
They go play action. Daniels. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
70 Lions. Buffalo 18. Vikings 18.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
70 Timberwolves.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Cougar 19 Tiger. Go street. '70 Rangers.
Daniels going to throw for it. Looking to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10.
19 Tiger.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Second down and 8.
Let's go. 18 Radley. 18 Radley. Hey, Trash.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Check smash, check smash.
Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Snap will come from the 31 on second and 7.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Ready, break.
First down, Commanders.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On first down, they'll get the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Cougar 19. 18, Pioneer. Dragon 60. 70 Lions.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Ready? 1918. Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw. Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
As the Giants 5-yard line.
I see a bunch of mean guys in the band that's high. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. I ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. I be the beast, be down, trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs. Ripping on the like I'm picking the pride. Hit the crib with a...
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Stop. Gravity line. Ready?
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Ready? 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
Looking to throw. Daniels. This is caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
1918.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Ready? Hurt. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So Washington now with an important two-point conversion attempt. And he will get into the end zone as the 2 conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
29-yard line.
I just want to rock. I just want to rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. No time, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. To the air, Dart. And he'll be hit and as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
60 Eagles, 60, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Go!
From the gun, here's Dart. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ripped off by Quan Martin. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, 70 Lions. Mustang 19. Warrior 70. Ready up.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Hurt. Cup 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now Daniels going to keep it. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Back to throw. Daniels. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ranger, 70 Ranger. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He opted to go with the scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And he has got it. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post.
At their own 31-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Right back to him on 1st down. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Looking to throw, Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Wide open receiver complete. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger. Go.
Throwing, Dart. And he's got it. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. This is 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey, guys. Gotta be lying. 19 Lions. Cut 19. Dragon 60.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here comes 2nd down.
60 Bobcat. 60. Let's go. Bronco 80. 18 Rattler.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down.
Cougar 19. 7 Pirates.
He'll look to throw. Now Daniel's going to keep it. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, you were at the point where you had to take the shot no matter the down. Now it's 4th down coming up, but that may turn out to be irrelevant with how little time is remaining.
79 Broncos. Go.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Giants,